that the Chequers agreement would mean we stay in the single market, so that all the issues to do with regulatory consonance across Europe would still be there afterwards. Are you saying, because I've never heard anyone, even a supporter of Chequers, claiming that?
We're claiming that this will allow frictionless trade right across the borders, right across Europe, because basically we will agree to the rules and regulations that are existing just now, which we already adhere to right now.
And we won't change them?
We may change them in the future.
In which case, that's the end of your single market.
Completely unacceptable to the EU.
All right, I think Joe McCarthy's going to explode, so let's let her do it.
Completely unacceptable that you could diverge from regulations in the future. They've already said that repeatedly, that's just not something that they're willing to accept. And most of our exports to the single market are services, and even aspects of our trade in goods to the single market. It has service elements to it. Like, for example, if you import an engine from Europe, it has to be serviced, and the service contracts are part of your arrangement. So if you rule out services from the deal, it's not going to do your economy any good at all.
This is just typical of the SNP. It's all negativity. All they want to do is build up grievance between this place and Westminster for their own political ends, and we know what their own political ends are. So
Jackie Bailey is there. Let's go over to Jackie Bailey, ready to be massively positive and tell us that Jeremy Corbyn has a huge positive version of Brexit, and if he doesn't get it, he wants to do what according to all accounts, most members of the Labour Party would like him to do, and lead a campaign for another referendum.
Look, let me just say to you, I think what we've seen from Peter is the confusion and lack of clarity.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yeah, Labour's going to do that.
Well, let me come on to that. But I do genuinely think the time for kind of political posturing is well past. The country needs us to have a degree of certainty about what type of Brexit we should be having that protects jobs, that protects industry. There are farmers, there are fishermen out there that don't know what the future holds for them, and it's incumbent on the Conservative government, and yes, the government in Scotland, to try and provide that degree of certainty.
I don't understand this. We hear this over and over and over again. We don't have any clarity, we don't have any detail. Well, yeah, but they haven't finished the negotiations yet. Of course there's no clarity. You don't go into a negotiation, you don't know what the details are until you've finished.
To be honest, most of the negotiation seems to be taking place internally with the Tory party, not actually with the rest of Europe,
but hang on.
Which is where that negotiation
Jackie Bailey,
should
you
be.
know it might be an effective cheap shot, but you know it's a cheap shot. It doesn't answer,
not at all.
It doesn't answer the point I'm making, that the British government can't conceivably have all the details of the agreement that they want to do with the European Union on Brexit, because they haven't made the agreement yet.
Can I just come in there?
The very point you made at the beginning, which was about ensuring that we were prepared. There is a raft of legislation about to hit here. I expect both governments to be in detailed conversation about how that will pan out, what the time scale is. You know, those things can be taken forward now.
Okay, we're
so
running
we're
out of
not
time.
all caught
Going
in
to pick up your point, it's only up until recently that the UK government were saying that we would have the future arrangement, the future deal with the EU on the table, that it would all be done before March next year. And now they've finally admitted that they're not going to get that agreement. What we're looking at is a blind Brexit or a no deal, both of which will be a disaster for our economy.
Running out of time. One sentence, Peter Chapman, if you would.
It's time to get away from the political posturing, and it's time to get behind the only deal that's on the table, which is the Chequers deal, which will deliver for the UK and will deliver for Scotland, if only the other parties would get behind it and make it work.
Okay, I think that kind of was one sentence. So that's the first time that's ever happened. Right, thank you all very much indeed.